Hey everyone, and welcome. Feeling confident with your English at work, it can be a total game changer. So today, we're going to break down some super simple, super useful words and phrases for the office. The goal here is to make your workday feel a little bit smoother and hey, a lot less stressful.
So, what do you think? Do you want to learn some simple English for the office? I'm guessing the answer is yes. And that's awesome, because that's exactly what we're here to do. We're going to give you the key words you need to talk about your job and what you do every day, super easily. All right, let's get started.
All right, first up, workplace essentials. These are the words you absolutely need to know. We're going to start with 4 really common words you'll hear and use pretty much every single day in any office. Let's start with a big one, office. What is it? Well, it's pretty simple, right? It's just the place where you go to work. So you might say something like, I work in an office. Or if you're on your way, I'm going to the office. Easy.
Okay, next up is the computer. I mean, for a lot of us, this is the most important tool we have, right? It's the machine you use for your job. So you could say, I use a computer all day, or maybe I'm working on my computer right now. And of course, a huge part of using a computer at work is email. What's an email? It's really just a digital message you send. A really common thing to say, especially in the morning, is something like, first thing I do is check my emails.
And finally, for our essentials, we have the meeting. You know what this is. It's that time when you get together with your coworkers to talk about work. You might tell someone, I have a meeting at 10 o'clock. Yep, meetings are a huge part of office life, for sure. Okay, awesome. So we have our keywords. Now, let's put them into action. We're going to look at a typical day at work and see how you can use these words to describe your own daily routine. It's like building a little story about your day.
So let's walk through a typical day. It might go something like this. First, I start work at 9. Then, what's next? I check my emails. Maybe after that, I have a meeting. By midday, you're probably ready for a rest, so I take a break at noon. And finally, at the end of the day, I finish work at 5. See, just like that, you've laid out your whole day. It's really that straightforward.
Okay, so that's the schedule. But what about the actual actions you take during the day? Well, you can describe those really simply too. For example, you can say, I use a computer, or I write emails. And hey, if you work with people outside your company, you might say, I talk to customers. These little phrases are perfect for explaining exactly what your job involves. All right, next section, talking with your team. Because, work isn't just about what you do. It's also about the people you do it with. Talking to your coworkers is super important. So let's go over some really easy, friendly phrases you can use with your team every day. These phrases right here, they can make a huge difference. Just starting with a simple, hello, how are you, is a fantastic way to be friendly. And look, sometimes you need help, right? It's totally normal. Just ask, can you help me? If you want to team up on something, let's work together is perfect. And don't forget the small things that mean a lot, like telling someone good job or a simple thank you. And of course, ending the day with see you tomorrow is always nice. It's all about building a positive vibe. So let's put these phrases into a mini conversation. Imagine person A goes up to person B and says, can you help me with this task? Person B is happy to help and says, yes, let's work together. Then, after they're done, person A says, thank you, and person B replies with, good job. See? It's so simple, but it's polite, it's helpful, and it's effective. That's exactly what we're going for.
Okay, now for the grand finale. Let's combine everything we've learned into one simple paragraph. You could describe your whole day like this. I work in an office. I start work at 9. I check my emails and drink coffee. I have meetings and talk to my coworkers. I finish work at 5. Look at that. You've used all the key ideas: where you work, your schedule, your tasks, and interacting with people. It's a perfect little summary of your workday.
All right, so you've got the words, you've got the phrases, but now for the most important part. How do you actually remember all this and start using it? Well, you've probably heard this before, but it's true. Practice makes perfect. And here's a really easy practice plan to get you started. First, just repeat these sentences every single day. Say them out loud. It really helps build your confidence. Second, and this is the big one, try to actually use them at work. Even just one phrase a day is fantastic progress. And finally, just remember that the more you do it, the better you'll get. It's all about consistency. And there you go. Just like that, you now have a fantastic set of simple English phrases for work. You've got the keywords, you know how to talk about your daily routine, and you have some great phrases for talking with your team. Seriously, good job.
Hey, thanks so much for joining me for this. If you found it helpful, maybe share it with a friend or a coworker who might like it too. And of course, subscribe so you don't miss the next one. But before you go, I have a little challenge for you. What's one new sentence you're going to try to use at work this week? Think about it, make it a goal, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.